This is Steve Ridgel, and in my last video, I told you now that I'm 73, the natural question is, are you ever going to retire? Why don't you retire? And I talked a little bit about working at Hillcrest and why I can't quit. God is doing a great thing there, and as long as that's happening, I'm going to be a part of that. And my health is good, and I'm excited about it, and I want to talk about Jesus as long as I can. So there's no way I can leave what's happening at Hillcrest. So I'm still working there. But I also work at Herald of Truth. I've been there for almost 20 years. We're a parachurch nonprofit, and our mission has been for years, at least and one of the reasons I was hired 20 years ago was to really come back to our thrust of reaching people for Jesus, equipping churches, helping churches, motivating churches to do things for Jesus. And I debated for a long time. A president we had a while back, a few years ago, decided to kind of move me part time, and that's when I found the Hillcrest opportunity. So it worked out really well. But I've been debating do I stay at Herald Truth? Is it time to kind of dial it back? But our new president, Chase Turner, has come on, and I got to tell you why I think I can't leave Herald of Truth. There's some really exciting things going on. And here's where I'm really excited about. Now, my job really doesn't change much. For all 20 years, my job at Herald Truth has been talk about Jesus and motivate, inspire, equip churches and Christians to talk about Jesus. So I kind of laugh and tell people for a few years now, if I'm inside the city limits of Abilene, I'm working for Hillcrest. When I leave the city limits of Abilene, I'm working for Herald of Truth. But I'm doing the same thing. You know, there's a couple of ways nonprofits get projects and decide what to do. One way they do that, and my dogs are amening this, as you can hear. One way you do this is you decide, hey, here's some idea, some project, and you just launch out. You may not have the expertise to do it, may not have the personnel to do it, but it's a really good idea. And so you try to raise a bunch of money, kind of try to build it from the ground up, and hope when it's built, everyone will want to contribute and support it. Well, that costs a lot of money. And if you ever miss on one of those, you kind of go upside down quick. The other way to do things, and here's what I'm really excited about right now at Herald of Truth, is to find something where you have personnel, skill set, abilities, and a need for ministry. And you fill that. And that way, instead of saying, hey, if you'll give some money to us, we'll try to do this, you say, we're going to do this. Do you want to help us? And I tell you what, Herald Truth in its best years has always responded to a need, found some niche, whether it was mass media radio way back in the 50s and 60s, whether it was overseas in the early 2000s when I first came, we did a lot of work. But we've got some guys on our staff that are really gifted bilingually in English and Spanish. Tim Archer has worked for us not almost as long as I have, and he's really gifted bilingually. Missionary in Argentina, does a lot of work, directs our international stuff. Chase Turner, our new president, is bilingual and has done a lot of work, especially in Central America. Juan Monroy out of Spain has worked for us for years. Tony Fernandez out of Cuba is about to celebrate 30 years with us. Bruno Valle, we've got partnerships where we have done projects in the Spanish-speaking world for a long, long time. And we realize there's a real need for Spanish-speaking churches to be equipped, to be motivated, to be helped. Now you're going, wait, you're not bilingual, are you? No. But I am excited about what Herald Truth's going to do to plant Spanish-speaking churches all over the world. And so I kind of thought, you know what? It'd be neat just to see how this plays out and to keep doing what I do for churches and help on the English side of things and in the United States, but to really watch what God's going to do in Spanish-speaking churches all over the world. So that's what Herald Truth's doing, and I'm excited about that. So why don't I retire? Well, there's too many great things in Abilene with Hillcrest God's doing, and well, now there's too many great things through Herald Truth God's doing. So I think I'll just keep doing whatever I can do to help wherever I can until the Lord calls me home.